Hi, my name is Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So today is another horror around the world, this time Mexico. Oh, Mexico. This one was pretty hard. There's lots of hit and misses in Mexico, but when they hit hard, and I found a lot of them were classics. There's lots of older films in Mexico, but there's not really any newer Mexican films, and I will talk about that a bit later and one that you should watch out for. I also found Mexican films really hard to get my hands on, so if you find any of these, make sure you watch them. So the first film I'm going to talk about today is Poison for the Fairies. The new girl in school becomes friends with a deviant young girl who claims to be a witch. Before she knows it, she's in too deep and is getting blackmailed by her friend if she reveals her secret. This one is your original case of your creepy, messed up kid. This kid is disturbed, this little girl. She's got little problems in her brain and it is kind of creepy to watch. I would have liked a little bit more backstory in this film, but it kind of reminds me of Alice, Sweet Alice, if you've seen that. Another case of a creepy, disturbed young child, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. It was slow, simple, but realistically creepy. One of the newer films I found from Mexico was Kilometer 31, which is K31 if you're looking for it. And this one is more of a ghost mystery story. It also has a little bit of a drama element in it also. It is kind of scary. It does have ghosts in it, but it's also quite dramatic with the storyline. So a woman is driving on a highway late at night and hits a young boy. She pulls over and calls her twin sister to let her know what's going on. But then she mysteriously falls into a coma. When her sister arrives, she finds out that she is not the only one who has had an accident in this spot on the highway. This is a solid effort and a start for Mexican modern film. It definitely paves the way for those to come. It's truly original and creepy story, but with effects, it's not really to my taste, but I'm sure some of you guys will really enjoy it. The next movie I want to talk about is All of Them Witches, and it's kind of like an ode to Rosemary's Baby. It actually has Rosemary's Baby playing in the background of one of the scenes, but it has a lot of common themes. It has witches, the occult, and voodoo, in fact. This one I found really interesting, and it has such a cool, crazy storyline that you don't really know what's going on. I do think some of it might be lost in translation, so really pay attention when you watch this film. After witnessing the death of her neighbor and one of her best friends, a woman is traumatized. She stays at home and is locked into her own house by her husband's wishes. Going stir crazy, she finds an item in her house that is very strange. She then investigates. So next film, you guys all know this one, but I don't know if you've watched the original. If you haven't, please do. We Are What We Are. I actually haven't seen the remake. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen both and which one you thought was better or translates better. This one I love, and I thought it was creepy, gritty, gory, and just different. It just has like a different overall feel to it. If you haven't watched it, get into it. When the father of a close family dies in a shopping mall, the children have to take on his responsibilities, however unconventional they may be. Probably one of the better modern inner city cannibalism stories. This one just takes you all different places. It's gripping, it's gory, it's gritty, it's creepy. Okay, so my highlight for Mexico. I can't wait to talk about this film. It is called Holy Blood, and it is a holy trip. It is a trip, and if you like more surrealist, arty type films, you'll love this one. And it also has some really disturbing, creepy themes in it. It's a strange, surreal story about a mother and a son in a circus. They experience betrayal, which leads to a life of heartbreak and mental illness. This one jumps through time a little bit, but it really explains itself deeply and has a great payoff in the end. Just wait for it. The ending is just superb. It's beautifully shot, it's great to look at, and the themes are just creepy, and it is a really powerful, moving film. So just while I'm talking about Mexico, I want to talk about this film because it looks really cool, but I haven't found it yet, and I don't know when it is released here. There was only 2 release dates that I found, which were in Belgium and in South Korea, but it is called Honeymoon. So a man kidnaps a woman for a conditioning experiment where he is to take her as his own. Sounds simple, apparently it's meant to get all twisted. I'm really excited to see this one. So if you see this cover, really keep an eye out and watch it because it looks great, and let me know what you think. So that's all I have for Mexico. Leave me your Mexican films down below because I found it really hard to find some good Mexican films. If you can get your hands on any of these films, watch them, you will not be sorry. I hope you guys are having a great day. Stay spooky. Hasta luego. But the actors and the plot line is really genius and really simple, and I like when it has a simple story, but it hasn't been tackled before, so it was pretty interesting for me.